Hello everyone, today we will talk about Odoo face recognition, and my name is Artem Shoshilov. I am Odoo developer. And first question, how can we use neural networks of face recognition in business? First, it's of course monitoring employee attendance. It is better to use in conjunction with geospatial position, geolocation position, maybe IP addresses, and other information. Sign in out instead of password, because password store difficult. Confirmation of identity when performing action, for example, signing documents, changing statuses, and other replace any actions that require authentication. And last, it's counting the number of unique store visitors, of all visitors, or vice versa, people from blacklist. And first of all, I want to talk about client-side JavaScript recognition. Before starting to consider the positions, let's take a closer look at the advantage of the technology JS. It's allow you to work with any device, because JavaScript work on any device. It supports Apple, Android, iOS. If we talk about React Native, it's also JavaScript, or Windows, Linux, macOS. Second, it does not load the server, since all calculation occur on the local device. And last, the server stores only descriptors. Descriptor of face, no photos. There is no need to store photos that take up a lot of memory. And if we talk about my model, Auto face recognition, it's install as usual Odoo models, add face, image, and enable model, and check result. It's not difficult, it's easy to set up, easy to use, and JavaScript face recognition support on enterprise, community, and Odoo SH versions. But talk about real case. Of course, it's HR attendance, probably the most suitable task that recognition solve. An employee comes to work and either use a mobile application or a browser, opens a face recognition page if it's a browser, the camera turns on, and he is marked at the workplace. But we have real problems. Let's agree to call an attempt to device the identification system by presenting it with a fake biometric parameter, in this case a person, as spoofing attack. And we have three types spoofing attack. Three mask populating mask attack. There is no more obvious than putting on another person's mask and presenting the face to the identification system, often referred to as a mask attack. Printed attack, it's most popular. You can also print a photo of yourself or someone else on a piece of paper and bring it to the camera. Reply attack, when the system is presented with the screen of another device on which a pre-recorded video with another person is played. It's maybe online video, it's maybe pre-recorded video, it's reply attack. And 4, It's low accuracy kiosk mode. For example, if our algorithm has an accuracy of 99%, it's good accuracy, then in the kiosk mode, when compared with the base of 100 people, there will be a sum of probabilities, and this means that the error will be large. And difference between attack, printed attack, it's reduced image texture quality when printing, artifacts of transferring a grayscale image when printing on a printer, mechanical printed artifacts, for example, horizontal lines, absence of local movements, for example, blinking, and the border of image may be visible. And reply attack, reflection glare, flat picture, no depth, and the border of the image may be visible also. What about Python face recognition and in-app purchase sales recognition? The TensorFlow library, which is widely used in recognition, is supported by Google and is also available on Python as well as on JavaScript. I also implemented the Odoo module, which I did not upload to Odoo apps and which work on the server. You can directly insert a link to the RTSP stream into it, and the server will make a peer-to-peer connection from the camera received the stream and analyze it. I had a real order to server recognition, and I use HD cameras in stores aimed at the store's entrance. What benefits will this technology give to business? Counting the number of unique visitors, counting the number of all visitors, and search for shifts and unwanted customers, and notifying employees about it. The so-called blacklist. Problems with server recognition. First, it's large computing power on the server. One HD camera loads 14 or 12% Intel Core i5 if the recognition is written on TensorFlow processor Python. You need to use video cards, and for this you need to rewrite the complex TensorFlow code for even more complex video card inserts, because Python TensorFlow GPU and Python TensorFlow processor has a different code. Second, it's heavy network loads. For example, I use the OpenCV Python library to capture the RTSP camera stream. There are the most commonly used IP cameras in business. So the HD stream loaded about 2 or 3 megabytes per second. In general, a terabit internet channel could only cope with 40 cameras. Only 40 cameras, 1 terabit internet channel. It's low. Advantages of server-side recognition. You can sell it as a subscription. In the case of Odoo, this is called in-app purchase. No need configure, install, support, low monthly price. It's very useful. I have some ideas for performing server recognition. What takes the most time in face recognition? First, find the silhouettes of the face of the so-called detectors. This is very fast operation. Second, cut the face, and maybe grayscale case. It is possible to apply filters to the cut image and crop. It's also very fast. Creating a descriptor based on the received face recognition, the longest operation because use neural networks, and comparison of descriptor, for example, by Euclidean distance, Minkowski distance, and other mathematical algorithms, is quite fast since descriptor are just large numbers. And how to improve the recognition? For example, we can disable face recognition altogether and enable recognition of a person as a whole, since each man is already unique. He has unique clothes, the color of clothes, height, and other data. In principle, the error will be low, and thus we will be able to count the number of unique visitors, which is so important for the retail business. About face recognition on server, also available on JavaScript. And by the way, it can also work with RTSP cameras as well as OpenCV Python. Only instead of OpenCV JavaScript, we can use WebRTC.js. The advantage of Node.js is that writing code for a video card is easier, because code for GPU and processor has not difference. Okay, it's a gift example of Node.js recognition. And last, talk about 3D recognition. 3D recognition allow you to solve two problems at once. First, protection against fakes of photo and videos. And second, also great accuracy, since in addition of the points of face, we have the depth is also checked. The disadvantage is that is not allowed for the user to just look into a camera. He needs to smoke with his head to left, to right, or you can adjust it only to left, for example. But user need smoke with his head to left or right. Okay, thank you for attention, and bye.
Hey, all, welcome into this Q&A. Thanks, Artem, for putting that together, and thanks everyone for being here with us. We're going to take some time just to field the questions that have come through the chat. Artem, I know one of the ones that came through was asking specifically about what apps the face recognition that you've developed works in. Can you speak to that for us a little bit?
Okay, what is the attack on face recognition algorithm? First answer is brute force attack. Second answer, printed attack. And third answer, SQL injection.
Got you. Another question that was asked is just about the ability to recognize faces underneath masks. Kind of relating to the global pandemic that we've been experiencing of late. Can you speak to that at all for us?
The most popular attack in the face recognition algorithms is printed attack.
Got you. Artem, was there any, you'd clarified that it's 99.338% accurate with the facial recognition. Can you speak to just kind of how that's managed as well?
Yes, accuracy 99 and 38, it's very good accuracy, but in kiosk mode, it will be low for kiosk mode, because in kiosk mode, we have a summary of probabilities, and it will be low for kiosk mode.
Understood. Someone's asked the question of just what the advantages are to Odoo's face recognition compared to a separate neural network running separately. Can you perhaps enlighten us on that a little bit?
Repeat, please, question.
Yeah, so the question that came in is what are the advantages of running the face recognition through Odoo that you've developed compared to having a separate neural network that's running separately? Did that come through all right for you, Artem?
For server face recognition, ability to create CS service.
And another question just came through asking if it's possible to use the app that you've developed to determine whether your workers are in a particular location. Is that something that's possible?
Yes, use face recognition with geolocation. It's most popular solution in business because if we know geolocation and we know face recognition of employee, we can get our employee in place, work in place, and it can be shop or office. Without geolocation, we can't know where employee. It's maybe at home and accept face recognition, and it no work for business. And in face recognition, of course, need geolocation or geospatial position of employee.
Got you. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a super important feature and good to know it's there. Curious, one other question came in as well asking whether you can record the attendance for many employees at the same time using this solution you've developed.
That in one company, face recognition work and good work with good accuracy at 1,000 people. More than 1,000, I don't test, I don't results, but before 1,000, it's for good.
Got you. Okay. That's good to know. Another question came in. Zeal was asking just how to set the employee face within the Odoo system, whether that's done through an image or a video.
Yes, it works with video stream. It can work with photo, of course, but mostly it work with video, and video can be from local device or it can be from remotely device. For example, camera in shop what and it also work. But locally device, of course, uh, more probability and very useful local device.
Understood. Okay. Is there one thing, and guys, you can keep the questions coming. We'll continue to answer as many as we can. But Artem, I was going to ask, is there one potential use for the software that you've developed that you think is kind of the farthest vision of where this might go?
Mm, please repeat question.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm just
understand.
curious to know what you think the facial recognition that you've developed, how that can help businesses most, and where you would want to see it being used.
How most business, I think most useful it's in retail business because counter of unique visitors, it's very important uh, scale for retail business. And in retail business, face recognition can get uh, very good profitability.
Got you. Zeal asked another question here, just asking if I think this is a repeat of one of the ones asked previously, but curious if when you wear a mask, it's possible for the system to recognize that person. So if the bottom half of the face is covered.
How cover?
Right, yeah, covered with a face mask.
Just 1 second. Mm.
Artem, I'm not sure if you heard me there. Um, was curious if when wearing a face mask, whether the system's able to still recognize those individuals. Yeah, Artem, you still hearing me at this point?
Yes, I hear you, but sorry for my bad English. I don't understand any question, all question, but some question I understand, and I very difficult to answer because I bad speak English.
Very fair, very
Sorry
fair. I
for
appreciate
this.
that. Appreciate you working through it with us too. So, folks that are joining us, if there's other questions, you can kind of drop them in here and we'll try and get to them as well. And then if there's further questions, I believe there'll be an extended time as well, an extended Q&A. So, any remaining questions, you can kind of drop them here.
I have quiz question, and
Go for it.
I have uh,
Artem, was there a question you were going to dig into there?
yes. My question is what are the advantage of server face recognition? And advantage server face recognition its ability to create SaaS, because I think future of face recognition it's of course service and user for end users. No need have very expensive servers and equipment, and face recognition as SaaS, it's a future for business, I think.
Awesome. Thanks for speaking to that too a little bit for
Software
us.
as a service.
Understood. We're just at about time, everyone that's joining us right now. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this session up. Artem, thanks very much again for putting the talk together and spending the time with us and answering some questions. Everyone in the chat, thank you for the questions. If there are still some coming and you guys want to join for a further Q&A, there is a link in the chat for an extended Q&A where you can talk with Artem a little bit further about any of the questions that you've got. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us, and I hope everybody enjoys the rest of Odoo Experience 2021. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Sorry for my bad English. Bye.
Not at all. Not at all.